This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So I hope you people are doing the practice and getting some more questions. And we have circulated one assignment 3 days back, and I think 2 days back again another assignment was sent. Some questions was sent. Okay, so you can check all these questions as per your the business process. What you are thinking. We are not giving exactly the business process to look into or to do the practice in the system as per your current scenario. You can understand. You can correlate all these questions. Okay. And in today's session, I'll cover. See, we have already covered the major business processes which we are having in the IM. It's very small module, and it is basically the additional top on my project system. Okay, this is a part of the basic system as a standard deliverable, and we use generally the investment management when we are going for investment project. Okay, and here the two objects are very important. First is a program and second is the appropriation. Okay, however the internal order and project, okay, we are using separately in their respective module. So in my previous session I have covered all the business processes and the required configuration, and today again I'll go through of some pending configuration and introduction of project system. Okay, so how exactly investment management is correlating with PS we have already seen, but in project system some basics. What is the project system and what are the objects available in the project system? What are the major processes which we can correlate with our requirement? Okay. So first I'll cover investment program configuration pending things. Okay, then I'll go for project system. So to see the configuration, okay, I'll take you to the SPRO. Go to investment management, go to investment appropriation request. Okay, so we have already seen here the planning. Okay, only approval is pending here. Okay, approval, define approval levels for appropriation request and activate event linkage for workflow. So when we are going in any appropriation request, we can define the approvals in the system. So I'll open the appropriation request parallel to correlate it. Okay, so you can open appropriation request in IMA. Okay, IM11. 1 second. Let me check which. Okay, which controlling area we are using. 1 second, please. Exit. Feature.tm. 2000. /n IMA 11. So here, this is my appropriation request. So here we need to enter the approvers. Okay, here, if you click here in system, it is showing me I1, I2, I3, but generally it should show here the description also. Okay, here we can include that field here from this setting. Okay, 1 second, please. 1 second. Yeah, so here we can do some settings here if you want to change the columns which are coming here, and this functionality you will see in different places in SAP. Okay, you can come here and current settings are basic settings. Okay, and here if you want to change, you can come here in the create. You can create a separate variant to keep the different columns here. Otherwise you come here in administrator. Okay, so here you will see the list. See here column, these are the column and these are the invisible. invisible column. So let's say if you don't want to see the address, okay, so you can make it is invisible from here. If you don't want to see here this additional indicator, you can make it invisible. Click on activate, okay, and here you will see the settings throughout. Okay, you activate it and you close it. After that you can save it, and here this layout will be changed. So this report, this particular configuration, you will see in different places in the columns in SAP. Okay, so now coming to the same point, how you are getting all these details. This is coming from this configuration here. Okay, define approval levels for appropriation request. You need to come here. Okay, here a request type, appropriation request type, and this is a, let me show you here what is that here. This is a partner determination procedure. So partner determination procedure is the way how system will identify such system, how will choose the partner which you have assigned in your object. The same concept you will see in the different places in SAP. Even in project system you will see, okay, you will see in plant maintenance in the order, you will see in the PP production planning. Okay, so whenever we need to go for some similar kind of requirement, when we are preparing any sequence of approval, or when we are providing any provision to select partner automatically by the system, that time we are defining the partner determination procedures. So here for this appropriation request type, okay, this is my appropriation request type here. Sorry, this one I1 and IM01. This is the partner determination procedure which we have selected here. Workflow approval levels. You click here. Okay, we can define here workflow approval levels. Okay, this workflow we can define here. New entries. You can say, let's say test. 1 second. One first level and then approval functions. I1, I2, I3. So sequence we can create here. But here this sequence we need to use manually in the system, in this system, because we don't have workflow activated in this system. We can have a provision, then when one partner is setting the status, then it will go to the next by considering what partner we have assigned here. So for example, in this, I have assigned the same partner, partner 2, partner PPM user 2, PPM user 2 at the all places. But let's say just consider one example. When PPM user 2 is creating the same appropriation request, he is the subordinate, and PPM user 3 is his manager. Okay, then PPM user 4 is your HOD, head of the department. So when we are sending our appropriation request for the next level for approval, PPM user 2 set the status, has to set the status here. Okay, he has to set the status here. 1 second, I'll show you here. So we were having here system status. First it was created, then it will went for approval, then approved. So let's say I'm the subordinate, I'm creating it, my ID is PPM user 2. Okay, so in that case I need to set the status for approval. Okay, and then next person I can define who will approve it. So I either E2 or I3 we can define as a approver. So these settings has to be done here. Okay, so here we need to define the sequence of approval. In this type I did not define. Okay, I have selected, I kept it open, so that's why system was not asking to log in through another ID. Otherwise what will happen if I'm creating through PPM user 2, system will not allow to approve with the same user ID. I need to go for another user ID. That's why I did not activated these functions here in the system to keep it smooth my process. Okay, but this is the place where you can do that. Next, this partner determination procedure, where exactly you can create it. It is a little bit tricky. Okay, how we can, yeah. Next, activate event linkage for workflow task. Okay, event linkage workflow task, it will be required when you need to give these details to your ABAPer, your programmer. Okay, so that we can trigger a proper agent, activation agent to my manager so that he need to come directly in system to approve it. There is no need to go on in IM11. In SAP inbox itself, he will get a item, my appropriation request detail, and he can approve it. Which is the SAP inbox? You can see it here. Go to here, and this is the SAP workplace, this one. So in each ID, you will have this SAP business workplace. You click here. Here I'll get that link. Okay, so it will be available in my inbox. Okay, we can send a mail, proper mail, and from here itself we can approve it. So here I'm getting a document workflow. So if we are configuring the workflow, this item will be available here in my workflow. Okay, so here from here itself I can approve it. And here this is the unread document place where I can see my unread document, means my mail. So this is the place where I can create my own mail within SAP and I can send it. So here it is showing me CATS transfer, HR CATS transfer. Basically it is taken from the PPM, that in that module I have activated it. But if you want to create any mail, you can create from here. Go to create. So this is as simple as how you need to use to create in your simple email IDs. So test title testing. Okay, and here you can send. So when you send, system will ask you the recipient. So here you need to enter the SAP user ID. So PPM user, I'm sending it to myself only, PPM user 2, and here you can select SAP logon name. But if you are sending it out of system, then you need to select here external address. So in that case, system will send this mail to out of system. But in this system, sending the mail, that particular port, it has to be activated by basis team. It is not activated, so don't expect that you will get the mail. You cannot test this scenario. But internally SAP, there is no need to open that port. So I'm testing it for myself within SAP, how I can send SAP logon, send it. So we can send. So I'll get this mail here. Okay, let me come back. I should get it. Testing. This is coming. Okay, testing 16 May 2020. I got it. So this is the way how we can send the mail here. Okay, and here we need to activate event linkage. It is basically, I'll show you here. This will be done by some information will be required by the basis. The ABAP team. Okay, yeah. So this is the place where ABAPer has to activate the agent and it has to be linked. Okay, so that is ABAPer task. Leave it this portion. Now, 1 second, go to planning. One important thing. Okay, 1 second. Master data. Yeah. So here define partner determination procedure and partner function. So this partner functions we are using in this node. Okay, to for the approval purpose, but here we are creating it. This partner determination procedure and partner function, it has to be created here. You come here, okay, define partner function and define partner determination procedure. These two nodes are important here. Define partner function. So here partner function, like, see why it is coming I1 I2, I should say it's a initiator and is a reviewer and I3 is approver. So it will be available now with the same description. So I have created 3 partner role, definition of partner role. First is the initiator, second is the reviewer, and third is the approver. And when, if you see here, I am selecting US means user. Okay, so you can select from these all standard list of type of partner. So here I'm selecting US means user, SAP user. I can select customer also. I can select vendor also. So if vendor master, I can, in that case, I can assign only vendor master or customer master as per the partner type I have selected in the configuration. You can assign that stakeholder means partner or employee or user ID direct in that object. Okay, this concept is everywhere is the same. So that's why, because I have selected US, that's why system is allowing me to select user ID there. This unique, if I'm selecting unique, it has to be unique, means I can add only one line item having the initiator. System will not allow me to add one more partner with the same line item. Okay, so it required in some cases, for example, if you want to keep always approver one, so in that case better to keep only unique, so that only one line item will be there, and system will understand as per your event linking, as per your the hierarchy of approvers, that this is the person, and he will, that system will send a mail to him directly. Okay, and here we have defined here partner roles, save, and then this partner role has to define to partner schema. Okay, what is that? Defined partner determination is schema. Schema means rules, how exactly it will work. So for me, IM01 is the partner determination, partner schema for appropriation request. Go to the partner function and procedure. So here I have defined initiator, reviewer, and approver. Again, I am having option here to make it as a mandatory or unique. Means if I'm selecting as a mandatory, you cannot proceed without entering the values. So let's say if you want to make the approval process in your appropriation request as mandatory, you need to select as a mandatory and better to select as a unique. So system will not allow to go forward. I'll show you here how it will work. Okay, so I'm selecting as a unique and okay. So let us see here how it is working. You come back in the appropriation request to set it. Okay, go to IMA 11. Sorry, IMA 11. Okay, in the same appropriation request, I'll see here. Let's say, okay, go to change. So I'll see now this approver. You can see approver is become mandatory. You cannot delete it. Okay, and you cannot even repeat it. You cannot have another partner having the same role type. So I'm selecting approver. Okay, once I'll press enter, I'll get a partner function I3 can only be used once. It is happens because I have selected their unique. So you can control all these settings from this node. Okay, partner determination schema. Okay, so next is we are having very important portion here. Project as investment measure. So we have gone through the cycle of how you can transfer the PS project from appropriation request. When you are transferring it, there is a profile, investment management profile, which has to be carried as per your requirement. So let me explain what is this exactly, why we need this investment profile. And to see this investment profile, we will come back again when we will process with the PS objects. Okay. So first I'll explain the need. See, 1 second. Yeah. So as per our process, what exactly we are doing, we are going through the scenario of investment management. So it means we are putting the money, we are investing the amount, and then we are accumulating this amount somewhere in my system. Okay. So what happens generally, let's say you are having some project, let's say construction project. Okay. So you are having some construction project, construction of office building. This is the, let's say, this is having some start date January, Okay, and finished it December. So this is a 1 year project. Okay. So what you are doing every month, uh, you are incurring some cost. Okay. And every month, let's say in each month, you are incurring some cost. January, February, March, like this, you are incurring some cost. Okay. So let's say till 12 month, you are incurring cost. January, Feb month, March, April, May, June, like until December, you have completed your building. For example, I'm considering that fact that you have completed that building and now this is your asset. Okay, this is your company's asset. So what exactly will be done in the system? Your account department will create one asset in the system. Asset will be your complete building, that this is your asset now, and it will have some asset values. Okay, how we will calculate that asset value? There is a different method, but simply to understand as a PS consultant, whatever the cost you have incurred till here, okay, whatever means it may be whatever you have planned plus additional, whatever the incurred cost, that you can consider that is your asset value as of now. Okay, you can have some provision to foresee like how you want to see the future value of this asset, that is a separate part and it will be taken care by finance team. So here you are seeing, let's say in December month, when you are handing over this building to your management, that operation started, that time it will become your asset. So I'm saying here this is some asset value. Let's say it's a 10 crore. Okay, I'll say in millions, that will be clear. I'm saying it's a 10 million. Okay, so let's say the total value is 10 million here. Okay, so here you are keeping all the values when the asset is clear, asset is complete. But what will happen when you are starting from the January month? Okay, because cost you are incurring the cost each month, every month. You need to say to your management, this is my total asset cost as of now. So for example, till here I'll say, okay, I'll say it's a 12 million. If I'm incurring the 1 million cost every month and I'm here in the third month, I should say I'm having my asset cost 3 million, right? If I'm in the 4 month and I have incurred the cost of 4 million, then I'll say my asset cost is 4 million. Okay, asset value is my asset value is 4 million. Okay, but here until unless as per the definition of asset, until unless I'm not using it, okay, if it is not operatable, it means it is not my asset. So we are having one finance term, asset under construction. Means this is not asset, but it is a asset under construction, and we can say it will become a asset in future. So until and unless my asset is not going to be operate, okay, till then it will be considered as a AUC, asset under construction. And we have to say that this is the value of my AUC. So here when I'll communicate to my management in fourth month, I'll not say that this is my asset value. I'll say this is my AUC value, asset under construction. Okay, so there is a way to capitalize the values. Okay, we will go in very detail what is the capitalization, what is the settlement, all these things in the PS, but just initially to understand what we are going to do in the system. So in fourth month we are saying it's a total AUC 4 million value and it has to be settled somewhere into my object. So this profile, investment management profile, it will help us, it will be responsible to create AUC with reference to your project object. That is the use only. Okay. So this activity we will do, we will configure this profile here in this portion, define investment profile, project profile assignment. So here is the place where we need to define this profile, which is responsible to create a AUC with reference to your project. Okay, and when it will be done? Once we are releasing the project. I'll come back on that point. Okay, so I'm not going to detail it out as of now because until unless we are not going the process exactly, we cannot understand. what we are going to achieve with this profile. Okay, so I'm leaving it as of now. Okay, so here we have covered almost all required configuration. We will come back again to see these necessary configuration to project as investment measure later. Okay, so now I'm going to be enter in PS. Before that, if you are having any question from the previous session, or if you are getting any difficulty, please let me know so that I'll address first, then I'll go for the next topic.
Just
Yes,
now
please.
you taught that regarding AUC convert to asset. Once to the PS, when you go and take PS, that time you are covering this continuation.
Yeah, this is, I have just given the overview. See, this process of capitalization we will cover in the PS, right?
Okay.
In IM, we don't have any object to capture to post my direct cost. So we cannot see it here. So that's why SAP has given the measure where we need to collect the cost, whether it can be my internal order or it can be my project WBS element. So first I need to capture the cost in that object, then only I can capitalize here into my AUC. So in this example, what will happen generally, till 12 month you will accumulate the cost in the AUC, and once your asset is ready, then this total cost has to be transferred from AUC to asset. This process is used to call the capitalization settlement. Okay, so what exactly we are doing? Yeah, what exactly we are doing in this process? We are getting the cost within WBS element in project, and then every month I'm settling that cost into AUC, means capitalizing the cost each month. Okay, and till 12th month I'll capitalize into AUC. Once my asset is ready, once we are going to operate my asset, then we can say yes. We can transfer the cost, we can capitalize the complete cost from AUC to your asset. This is the process. Okay, so should I start the PS?
Yes.
Rama, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, please.
Just now you said right project as an investment method. In this case also we need to use this appropriation request process.
See, appropriation request is optional. The definition says appropriation request means your proposal, your idea, or consideration which you want to analyze before going to realize it. Then only you should go for the appropriation request.
Okay.
See, appropriation, when we are creating, we are saying yes. Let's say I will take one normal example. Can you mute please? Yeah, so I'll take one example. You are the manager, you are the IT manager in one company, and as per your management requirement, you need to have some ERP in your organization. Okay, so in that case, before selecting the SAP, you want to analyze few different functionalities of the different systems. So what you will do, you will say that this is my idea to implement the ERP. Okay, so when we are saying idea, okay, then you can create a appropriation request in system. It's not your final project still, it is your only idea or proposal. Let us go for the ERP implementation, that's it. Then when you are analyzing it technically and financially, you can have different variant there, two variants. Let us go with the SAP and let us go with the Oracle, for example. So you are analyzing both the functionalities and you decided go with SAP. When you are saying go with SAP, then your management is approving with that particular variant. And once he's approving, it means we need to go for the execution. Then only project will start. Till that, it is only your proposal. Clear? So this process you can have in your investment management with appropriation request.
Okay, it's clear.
I'm Sukumara.
Yes, please.
WIP and AUC, what is the difference? WIP and work in process and asset under construction. What is the difference?
That is the same. That is the same. As of now, understand it's the same. Both are same. Okay, there you are saying WIP, you may capitalizing the cost into GL. So GL ID, GL description, you can keep as a WIP, and you are keeping all the cost at one place. You are saying it's a WIP. It happens when you are, let's say, in case if it is a cost project. Okay, so in that case also you can have a similar kind of approach. But here, when we are going for investment management, the investment project scenario, that we need to capitalize the cost into AUC.
One question, I think 12/5/2020 you taught that subject cost planning. How do you do that cost planning? Kama?
Can you come again, please, your question?
Cost element wise planning we can do like that. One word you mentioned, I note down.
No. Cost element, I said that cost element planning you can do in the PS, not in IM.
Okay.
Okay, so we will go through the similar kind of requirement, similar kind of scenario in PS. Okay.
Yeah, because I note down that point, I need to just check it out.
No problem. Okay, so I'm going to start PS today. So here,
Rama, one more question.
yeah.
That we are maintaining that cost planning in appropriate request, the variant column. That value it can automatically come to IM35 for planning, IM planning, or we have to enter manually.
See, we are having two scenarios where we can distribute it. Okay, means top to down approach. We can accumulate, we can roll up these values to program also. Okay, that is another scenario. You can do that. So if you are going through that, you can see the total cost at IM position first level. So the overall values will be available as I explained in my second session. Yeah. Okay, so you can roll up this also. It is purely, see, we are having different combinations here, and I have explained what exactly generally we used in industry, but it may be something different which can be addressed with the different combination in the system.
In the appropriate request, we are getting approval after the value if not coming automatically, because we have to enter manually. So if program wise we can do automatically. That is my question.
I'm not getting your question.
No, if appropriate request, we are maintaining value, and the concerned person there are approving. This is the cost. This is the planning. Okay. So this planning that IM35 it automatically coming, or we have to do through program base. How it is we can setting.
It can come in IM35 automatically. It is possible. It is possible.
Because I am tested, it's not coming. I have to enter manually. That is
yes. There is you need to do some arrangement. Okay, there is some configuration here. This is a testing system. Some of scenario will not be executed. Okay, because you have to see left and right everything. Then only it will work. But it is possible.
Okay, I will try. If anything, yeah. I will ask to you.
You try, and it is, see, actually that is not much relevant scenario. I understood your requirement when you are having a different proposals and you want to accumulate the cost at higher level and you want to see there, right? That is your requirement. Yeah. Okay, but if you are going planning means planning, you are planning at a position level and accumulating it, and then you are distributing. That is the only industry best scenario. But it is, you can test it. System will not you can do that. Not a problem. Okay, you do the practice. If you are getting any issues. Okay, so here let me start it for PS.
Rama, before proceed to the PS, okay, why we should use PS if we are using the internal order? What is the significance of PS if we are using the internal order? Why we should advise the business to move into the PS?
So you know all the functionality of internal order and PS. This question should come once we have done at least the initial level of understanding. If you know, please let me know so that I'll try to correlate my answer in the same way.
In the see, let's say now, as you said, project building, we are constructing the factory building. Yes, we can use the investment through internal order. Why we should go to the project system? So, what is the significance to move? We should advise the business to move into the project system.
Okay. So at least see, just I'll give you one idea because we are going to start. It is not possible to explain in all the angle, all the perspectives, but I'll give you some idea. Okay. If you see in the internal order, okay, please can you mute, please? Okay, 1 second, I'll share the screen. See, when you are going for any project, let's say if your question is correct. Okay, sometimes business used to ask why we should go for the project. Okay, we can do it everything in the internal order, similar kind of things, not everything, but similar kind of things we can achieve in the internal order. But before giving any conclusive answer, you should understand the functionality in the both the object. Okay, so generally what happen if you are going with small requirement, a small project. Okay, let's say you are organizing some 2 or 3 days of marketing campaign. Okay, that is your one small project. Okay, 3 days of campaign or some events you are organizing only for 2 days or 3 days. Okay, so there what you need to do exactly, you are looking to only capture the cost. Okay, your main motive to just capture the cost, and whatever the vendors, whoever providing the services and product, you want to go for the purchase cycle. That is the only requirement in that case. So in that case, you can go with the internal order because you are not going in much detail in the project, right? Apart from that, when you are creating, let's say you are the event management company, and generally every day you are creating, you are organizing 4 5 events. Okay, so PS project is little cumbersome to handle it, but internal order immediately you can create. Okay, that is also another reason you can go with the internal order. But when you are going with any huge project which is taking more time, where you are going in the more detail for the scheduling, okay, for the material planning, for the resource planning, okay, for the version, simulation version, these all functionalities are not available in the internal order. So if you are planning to achieve your the same project with the internal order, in this case, in my example, you will be only able to collect the cost, not more than that. So if your purpose is only to collect the cost and to see how it is coming in my report, that is fine. You can go with the internal order. But when you are going with the procedures which you are following in the project, let's say initial planning, then going for approval, then go for budgeting, okay, go for different kind of simulation, snapshot, okay, then you are going with the project structure, okay, proper structure, because in internal order we don't have any object structure. It's just one number, only one object. There is no hierarchical representation of my objects. There is no hierarchical representation of my cost. Not any way to define the revenue in the hierarchical way. Okay, there is no proper scheduling. There is no activity assignment. So there are hundred of things which which you can explain to support the PS. But you need to understand the nature of the project. Then only it will be more relevant to answer.
No,
Okay.
because why I'm asking, in my company, every year they will start to construct a new factories across the world. So they are
Mhm.
using the internal order. So why? So that's why I'm
Are
correlating how
are they using scheduling?
they are not using scheduling.
That's right. See, there is no scheduling. Even if, let's say, if you're actually, it's too early to explain all this, but it's okay. Okay, let's say this is your PS project. Okay, and here you are the company, like your example. They are constructing a different factories, but what they will have multiple vendors who's providing their product and services. Okay, vendor one, vendor two. It's not necessary that all people are working on SAP. Maybe these people are working on MSP, Microsoft project, or Primavera, right? So how you will correlate their progress with your project progress? You are having only one object saying that factory, construction of factory one, but here it will say, in this factory, I have constructed wall number 4. I have fitted all the inlet. I have fitted AVAC, I have fitted. So how you will correlate with the all structure with the same object? If you are going with internal audit, it means management is agreed to just capture the cost, nothing else. That's it. They don't want to see the proper progress in the term of the quantity, in the term of the proper the resource assignment and all these things. They are not looking. They are not willing to look into it. That's why they have given this solution. Okay.
Okay.
Few more things will be clear once after 4 or 5 sessions in the PS, when we will complete the generic some initial understanding of the PS.
Karma, this PS, how many sessions it is going to take?
See, we are having total 30 hours of course, so out of that almost 6 7 we have 5, I think 5 we have covered, so remaining you can say 25 almost it will take.
Okay. Because after investment management, you will not give any gap for 2-3 days or for 1
No, we
week.
are not giving any gap. Today, next session with me, another consultant will join, Abdul. Okay, so he will continue with the PS explanation.
Okay.
Okay, so here, let me start it for today at least. Okay, should I start? Okay, so you can see my screen.
Tomorrow, another tutor, Rama, you are not continue?
Sorry?
You are not continuing PS session for us?
No, I will be also there, but in some of sessions I'll come. It will be like mixed kind of sessions. Okay. And he's having very good experience, almost 20 years of experience in construction industry. He's practical. He will give you more, like if you are looking for any construction kind of requirement, or that it will correlate more as per your business requirement if you are putting. So that's why we both are taking the sessions in PS.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So here, let me start. It is just to give you overview what we are having in the PS. Okay. It is to familiarize with all project type, which I have already explained. We are having three types of project in SAP PS: the investment project, customer project, and cost project. Here we will understand what is the project structure. Okay, then able to understand the cost planning and pre-project phases. Able to understand mapping of budgeting process. We will try to see some operative data. Be familiar with the integration point between PS, FICO, SD, and remaining SAP module. Understand the important PS standard report in the system. So basically, this PPT is to understand what the major functionalities we are having within a PS. Okay, so what is the project? The question comes, what is the project? Why we are saying it's a project? Okay, we can say directly task also. Let's say if you are working in any maintenance kind of company where you are just going for some maintenance and you are completing some task, why you are not saying it is a project? Okay, why you are saying it is an operation? So there are some differences between the project and operations. So first, understand what is the project here. Projects are generally complex, unique, and involve a high degree of risk. Means each project will be unique. So let's say if you are constructing one office building, and if you are going to construct another office building, these two projects will be different. Okay, uniquely different. Okay, and always in a project, high degree of risk will be there. There is no certainty that it will be finished or it will be completed as per your requirement or not. Project have precise goals which are agreed on by you and the ordering party. So the project you can execute for yourself, for your organization, or you can be a contractor and you are constructing, or you are executing the project for your customer. Projects are limited in duration and are cost and capacity intensive. So project definitely will have some durations to complete. It will not be ongoing things. Okay, it will not be any continuous process. So here it has to be defined the start date and end date. Okay, and then cost has to be involved and capacity resource has to be assigned to execute it. Okay. Then last is project are subject to certain quality requirements. So when you are delivering any product or services with reference to project, okay, quality has to be maintained, okay, as per agreement of the executor and the customer. So here the things comes here, project are limited in duration. So I'm saying here that the project will have start and end date. If start date and end date is not there, if it is a continuous process, then it will become an operation like how we used to have in the maintenance. Okay, maintenance, whenever we used to have the maintenance in the routine, okay, we don't have any start or end of that maintenance. So we used to call it as an operation. Or let's say any machine is operating. Okay. So whatever the activities you are doing to operate this machine, this is operation, because there is no start and there is no end. Okay, it has to be continuous process. And when I'm saying here the cost and capacity intensive, capacity resource has to be assigned, okay, to execute it. Okay. So it means everything will not be automated. Some resource has to be there to execute the work. Next, PS is integrated primarily with all these modules, FICO, material management for procurement, plant maintenance, we can integrate with the plant maintenance, with the IM, we can integrate, we have already seen, PP, production planning, SD, sales and distribution. Okay, so in SAP, in project system, we don't have any organization structure. Okay, we don't have controlling area, we don't have company code, we don't have plant, sales organization in PS. PS is a controlling module which is using the different organization structures from the different modules. Okay, next, this is the project life cycle. Okay, so here generally you can divide, you can segregate in 4 phases. First is a rough cut planning, second is a detailed planning, third is the execution, and fourth is a closing. These 4 phases can be fitted as per all 3 type of project, whether it is a customer project or it is investment or it is a cost project. So when I'm saying rough cut planning, okay, so let's say if it is an investment project, in that case you are creating a proposal, you are creating an appropriation request, and it is going for further approvals, right? And once it is approved, when you are going for the detailed planning, then you will enter here in the next phase. So what are the major activities which we are performing in the rough cut planning? That is my define scope, right? Here we are defining the scope in my proposal. We are defining the quantity basis, means what is the deliverable quantity. Then rough cut structuring. Initially we will have some rough cut structuring, how we are going to detail it out, so some idea will be there. So these 3 things are applicable for investment project. And if you see here, quote, requote and replan, these 3 activities will be available for the customer project. Customer project, for example, I'll explain it again. What is the customer project? See, you are the engineering and construction company, okay, and here is the customer. Let's say it is a government client. Okay, so this government client has published their requirement in newspaper. They want to construct 100 kilometers of road from one city to another city. So this is their requirement. They can publish on internet, they can publish in the newspaper, or they can keep some other media to send this information to the different companies. In some of places, they used to send the RFP, request for proposal. Means, let's say we are the very big organization like Larsen and Toubro. So this company, this organization, the customer directly can then say, send us one RFP, request for proposal here. In request for proposal, we will have some initial requirement. Okay, what is the description of the project? What exactly they required? So they required to construct one road from one city to another city. The length is 100 kilometers. Okay, this is the material which I need to use in this. This is the quality which I have to deliver. So initially they will have all the information. So engineering and construction, this is my department, my company. So what we will do, based on this RFP, we will maintain one inquiry here. We used to say it's inquiry, or in some of places, we used to say it's the opportunity. Okay. So once I am having all this information, this opportunity or inquiry will be created with reference to RFP, request or proposal. So this is my internal document. However, RFP my external document. So within this inquiry, I'll send this information to my expert that this is the customer, this is their information, this is their detail, project detail for which they are looking for further information. So my team will start to work on it and they will prepare one estimation. Estimation here. Okay. We used to call it as a quotation. And this quotation will be sent to the customer. So sending it to different way, maybe we can send in hard copy, we can send it through online portal. Okay, there are different way to submit all this estimation. So this process, this complete process, we used to call it as a pre-sales. Okay, for us it's pre-sales. Okay, and for customer it's a tendering process, right? So when we are submitting this quotation to customer, then customer has to analyze technically whether we are whether we are capable to deliver all what they are asking, and financially also whether they are having much resources, enough money to deliver this project. And if I need any further information, my team directly can contact to the customer. Means if you need some more clarification, the route, the way how we need to execute, we can ask to the customer directly. So everything has to be keep in this quotation. Customer can ask to revise this quotation. Let's say if we are failing to achieve this contract, to get this contract, we will go for another round of quotation. So we can create another quotation here. And then we can submit it to my customer. Okay. And once we are getting this contract, okay, then we can go for further detail of my project. But till here, this process we can cover in my PS. And this is the place where I'm saying it's a quote, requote, and replan for customer project. Means I'm getting the information, I'm getting the requirement from my customer, I'm preparing estimation, submitting in the quotation. They are asking for some more revision. We are preparing it again. We are sending quotation too. So quotation and re-quotation. Okay. So this is a rough cut planning here we are doing. And once it is done, once we are getting this contract, then we can move to the detailed planning. Okay. But if we are not getting, we can leave it here. We can close this project here itself. We will not go further. SAP has given very nice, very strong integrated solution in CPM for the same process, commercial project management, for the same process, integrated with analysis office, which is a extension of your Excel. So you can manage everything there. Okay. So here we are doing this rough cut planning. Then if we are getting this contract, or if we have decided to do the investment, then we will go for the detailed planning. So in detailed planning, we will prepare the complete structure of my project. We will create all the activities which has to be done by the different stakeholder team members. Okay, then we will go for the order processing. Means if we need any services or any material from any vendor. Okay, resource allocation, I have to allocate the people, resources, staffing has to be done, and procurement planning. Okay, then once everything is done, then the project will be entered in execution phase. In execution, real work will start on my project. So here the procurement has to be managed. Okay, production, if production is there, then it will be their activity confirmation. Whatever work has been done, it has to be confirmed. And then periodic activities, the settlement, which I was saying, periodic activity, the capitalization, that this is my asset under construction and this is my cost which I have incurred in my object, and it is settled into my AUC. Then periodic activities, then assembly. If assembly is there, if it is a make to order scenario, then we can go for the assembly. So once your product is ready, then finally it has to be handed over. So handover, final check. Before handing over, we have to do the final check and quality check. Then we will hand over this. And once all the all the product or all the services delivered, we can close the project. So this is a standard life cycle. Exactly, we can map it in SAP also, having the different phases, all the activities in all elaborative way, how I have explained here. So any question here? Understanding is clear here in the project life cycle?
Rama, technical closer and project closer, what is the difference? What are the scenario we can do after technical closer?
Project see, technical closer means your all product is delivered to your customer. Okay, you receive all the material which you should receive from your vendor, but your invoicing is pending. So there, because you are not working, you are not going to execute any task, execute work physically, you can say it's technically closed, but your project is not closed. Technically your work is finished, but your billing and all these things are still pending, your invoicing. Okay, that part is still pending. So here in advance you can say it's a technical close, and then later on, once all these things, you can finally close the project. It happens sometimes when the liabilities, some let's say if you are going for defect liabilities. Okay, so in that case, for example, if I'm doing this same road project and I am having one clause in my contract that for 3 years I have to work, I have to provide all the maintenance for my road. So I can say I have delivered everything, right? But still I can open my project because I need to consider my additional cost which is coming into my project, right? So whatever cost is coming in later stage, I can keep it in a separate WBS element parallelly. But system as a system, I'll say this project is technically closed. That's it.
Rama, one question. How do you link PS and PP? Because manufacturing we are using is a hard is a PP. The PS model, how do you use that into PP?
See,
Or what
it's
is it?
very again I'm saying it's very early, but I'll show you some idea here about what you can do. So in PP, how you are managing your object there? Through PP order, production planning order, right? So in production planning, you are having account assignment. In account assignment, you can enter the WBS or network activities. So whatever the cost you are incurring on production order, you can transfer, you can settle, you can capitalize it to your project. That is the way. And you can schedule your I need to see that production planning order, production order. You can manage the dates from the project itself. Okay. So do one thing. You just, if you are having any integration question, okay, you just park for 2-3 sessions. Okay, I'll address all the questions. Okay.
Sure. Just
But
you have to
if
go
it is
another.
okay, so let me go forward in the same explanation. Okay. So here in SAP, this is a generic, okay, and in SAP, how we are mapping all this. Okay. You are here now. So first is the project structure. When you are saying it's a rough cut planning, here we are saying it's a project structure, okay, and then project planning, then project execution, then project closing. So in project structure, what we are preparing: project definition, WBS, network activities, okay, inquiry and quotation. In project planning, we are doing the cost planning, revenue planning, activity planning, budgeting. Execution, we are doing confirmation, expense posting, delivery, and invoicing. So these things are in terms of SAP, but here it was generic. And now it comes to the project structure. What exactly we are having in the project structure? So I'll start in my next session from this point, project structure, because it's too lengthy. I have to explain each and everything here. Then only it will be clear. Okay. So let me take you here 1 second. Yes, please. Any question? Because I have to close it for today. Yeah, any question, please?
Rama, one more question. That position ID, we have three options: the distribution, budget distribution, budget category, and assignment lock. So what is the budget category? How we can define this?
What is that? What is that? Can you come again, please?
The position ID, when we are creating position ID, there is three options is there: budget distribution, budget category, and the assignment lock.
Assignment log means you can log the assignment. System will not allow to assign anything on it.
Okay, that budget category, how we can use?
Budget category, let me see here. Where is that?
The investment program. Can you go to the investment program? IM01 we are creating now.
This one.
There is option is there.
See, the assignment log, you can log the assignment to anything, to any position. Budget distribution annual. This is the same thing you want to distribute the budget annually or overall, which I have explained in my previous session. Okay. Budget category, you can define the different budget categories. Okay. So generally it is not much relevant, budget categories. Okay.
They're not used that much in that our IM process or PS process.
No. Here actually, see, up now we have already gone through of IM, but I'll just give you one flavor of SAP. Here, this is a PPM system. Now SAP is pushing it, this one PPM. Okay, this is a more flexible. It is like IM, but it is an add-on. It is having almost very flexible functionalities available in the system, along with. Okay, so here it's based on the NetWeaver. Okay, you can have the Fiori apps very nicely designed, and here structure you can see in the proper formats. So if you want to see, let's say there you are saying investment program structure, and here we used to call it as this portfolio structure. So let's say it is a utility company. We can have all these three different departments: power transmission, power generation, IT department. Okay, so if you want to navigate to different project, what you can execute for power transmission, you click here, it will take you to the all projects. So you can see all project list here. So it is very flexible. Okay, and SAP is pushing it. Now IM is required where that organization is not looking to put more money to get the similar kind of functionality, because that is available in the core. There is nothing, no additional license required, no additional user ID required, because whatever you are using, whatever you are considering in your PSA will be applicable in the IM also. Okay, so that's why SAP is not giving any extended functionality in all these modules, in IM especially. But it is required sometimes when we are having very small organization and they want to manage the things. They don't want to go into the PPM because it's separate license, more investment. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So let me close it for today. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.